So, I have the honor of introducing another of our honorary walk chairs, and she's going to speak a few words with us. Her name is Jen Jacob, and Jen Jacob is an actress from the Philadelphia area, currently living in Brooklyn, New York. After graduating from NYU Tisch, the School for the Arts, she has landed roles in major blockbuster films such as Begin Again and Top 5. You would most recently have seen her playing Larrabee Delane on season 4 of the HBO hit series Girls. Jen's New York theater debut was this summer with the opening of Teddy's Dollhouse with the New York City Fringe Fest. She has also appeared in numerous independent films that have debuted at festivals across the country, as well as many commercial campaigns on both radio and TV. For being brave and outspoken, Jen is a true air hero. Please join me in welcoming Jen Jacob to the stage.
Hi, can everybody hear me? This is good? Okay, good. So, this is the first time I've spoken about this in front of a big group, so this is new for me. But I'll start with saying that my friend Nancy keeps telling me that sharing your story heals the world, which is, I think, really relatable to what's going on here. And I guess this is mine. So, my name is Jen Jacob, and I'm an actress living in Brooklyn, New York. And I actually grew up right down the river in New Hope, Pennsylvania. And I went to the Hunt School of Princeton, so I'm really familiar with Mercer County. So I have great friends. I have an inspirational boyfriend, Jesse, who's going to be playing really shortly. I have a loving family. I like running and shopping and watching the Food Network. I really love to paint, which is a new thing I've found out recently. And the biggest thing that I carry around with me to pretty much everything I do is this last one, that I am a girl with an eating disorder. When I was 12 years old, my sister Lindsay was diagnosed with a very rare cancer. And when I was 18, she lost her battle. So this loss, the career I've chosen, genetics, and most importantly, how I handle fear and anxiety, all mixed together in the worst way possible, and my eating disorder developed. When I look back on how it all started, I see huge signs and red flags all along the way, as is the case with most mental disorders. Now, of course, I didn't see them at the time, but that's why organizations like AIR are so important. I didn't see them because I didn't know what I was looking for, because nobody was talking about them, because, to be honest, nobody was really talking to anybody about them. When I got sad and anxious about a test result, or if the new treatment for my sister was working, I didn't know that pushing my food around on a plate at school was a sign. I didn't know that conversations with girlfriends at age 11 about diet starting Monday and looking thin for bathing suit season was outrageous. I didn't know that being nervous about eating a bagel and picking it into smaller pieces as I ate it was a strange thing to do. I didn't know that developing boobs and a womanly shape when I was 14 was going to make me think I looked fat. I didn't know that time after summer vacation, senior year of high school, when a boy named Joey told me I was looking better since I lost my love handles over the summer, was going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I didn't know that making yourself run countless miles to cancel out your calorie count for the day was dangerous. And I didn't know that there was going to be hundreds of girls at hundreds of auditions that made me want to pick apart every last piece of myself until I looked more like them. I didn't know that eating a banana for breakfast, a special K-bar for lunch, and a small salad for dinner was going to be a routine I started when I was 23. And the biggest one of all, I didn't know that all of these things were going to lead to me choosing to throw up my food to make me feel better about myself. But I could have. I could have known those conversations at 11 were unhealthy ones. I could have known that boys say really stupid things sometimes. I could have known that bagels are delicious and not eating when you're sad is a terrible coping method. I could have known that those girls in the waiting rooms at all those auditions were just as scared of me as I was scared of them. I could have known what a healthy diet looks like. I could have known that I was not alone in all these thoughts and behaviors and fears. I could have known that asking for help was an option on the table. No pun intended. I have now been healthier for about 1.5 years, and I say healthier because while the immediate dangerous symptoms of my eating disorder have been put to rest, and while all the thoughts and noise in my head that went along with those symptoms have certainly quieted, they are still something I fight on a daily basis. But the first step to me getting healthier was speaking up. It started with my boyfriend, and then I told my parents, and then some close friends, and then some more extended family. Some random strangers were definitely in there too, and now I'm telling all of you guys, so I guess there's a lot of strangers to add to the list. But the more I told, the less hold the disorder had on me. The more I shared my story, the more I was able to run my disorder, and I was no longer being run over by it. And the most incredible thing that has come out of all of this for me is how many women know my pain. And I'm not just talking about having a full-blown disorder, but how many women, if they were really being honest with themselves, can relate to some of my behaviors, some of my thoughts, some of my fears, and some of my feelings about their own body and what it looks like. And how many are wanting to talk about it, but aren't because nobody else is. Well, I am. I'm talking, and I wish I had spoken up sooner. I wish I had an outlet to know it was okay to ask questions about body and weight. I wish girls were nicer to each other and could be in this together. How much easier would life be if we stopped competing, stopped sizing the other up? And how much easier would adulthood be if we had more resources like AIR in our childhood that stripped the stigmas around mental disorders and helped us find healthy ways to cope with growing up?